Hey everyone, Ashton here from Muse Themes and welcome back to another tutorial video. Today we're looking at our new Calendly widget for Muse. This widget was built largely due to requests for an integration widget for the Calendly platform. And as you can probably guess, Calendly is a scheduling platform that allows your site visitors to easily book appointments, meetings, events, and it's a great tool for your website clients to be able to book appointments directly with their Muse site. This could be perfect for professions like massage therapists, hairstylists, personal trainers, music teachers, and even larger companies can use this widget as well for things like webinars, classes, meetings, and much more. It's a dynamic widget, meaning that you can drop this on a website, publish, and Calendly does the rest of the work. If you or your client is set up with a Calendly account, any appointments made through the website will be updated in their Calendly account immediately. The widget also offers a variety of different ways that you can set it up, as we can see here on the demo. This first option here on the top is our single event embed. This uses an embed display type, and we're using a single event from our Calendly account as our event link. Down here we have our multi-event embed. This is a separate instance of the widget and uses our general link from Calendly, which shows all of the events that we've added into our account, which we've implemented here for our demo. And finally here on the bottom right, we've got a pop-up trigger with this pinned button, which you can also configure with this widget. Let's give this a click. And we get our events populated in a convenient pop-up here in the center of the page. There's also one more display mode that isn't present here on the demo, but it's another version of this pop-up which can be triggered by a standard text link instead of a pinned button, so lots of ways to work with this. Since we're here with the pop-up, let's do a quick sign up here so you can see how seamless this works on your website. We're here at the Calendly widget tutorial, so might as well click into this training event here for the Calendly widget. And we're presented with a calendar of appointment options with all of the event info here on the left. Let's click forward to June, and let's say we want to go with June 10th. So we'll click. We get a selection of times. Let's do noon because I'm not a morning person. And we'll click confirm. And then we get our sign up prompt. So I'll just type Ashton and my email, ashton@MuseThemes.com. And then we get this handy confirmation message here noting our selected event, date, and time, all of which is sent into our Calendly account as the business owner as a confirmed guest. It's dynamic, easy on the eyes, simple to navigate, and overall a nice sophistication boost and utility improvement for any business owner that could benefit from something like this. Before we jump into Muse, I want to switch over to the Calendly website so we can cover a few things. If you've never heard of Calendly, it's a very popular platform with over 2 million active users, as we can see down here, and some very notable clients under their belt as well. They've also done an amazing job with integrations, so you can easily integrate with existing Google Calendars, Outlook, iCloud, and much more. There's a page up here for integrations that I highly recommend you check out. As for pricing, we can click over to that page for more information. They have various pricing plans with different features available, but there is a completely free option as well for those that are wondering. You'll want to sign up for an account, and you can do so right here or from their homepage. I've already got another tab over here where I am already signed in, so let me switch over to that. We've created this account with some sample events added in so that we can show you how to integrate them into our widget. I won't spend too much time covering the actual Calendly account walkthrough in this tutorial, but keep in mind that it's very simple and easy to use, and they do have some great training available here as well. But what we do need is to know where to get the necessary links for use in the Muse Themes widget, so let's cover that right now. I'm here on the home page of my account after logging in, and I've got 4 events added, just like we saw on the live demo. First, I'll point out this link right here, this calendly.com/musethemes-demo link. The link that displays right here is the master link to all of your events. So in any usage of the widget where you're displaying all events at once, this is the link you're going to use. If you're only going to display a single event, there is a handy copy link prompt included on each of these events, and that's what you're going to use in the widget for those cases. But before we grab any links, let's now jump over to Muse and get the widget set up. I've got the same sample page here from our live preview, except with all instances of the widget removed so that we can add it from scratch. Let's start with showing all of our events at once in the center of the page. So we're going to go into our library, drag out the widget, and drop it here on the center of our page. And when you do so, you're just going to get this little placeholder here, but feel free to adjust the sizing of this placeholder. Since we're showing multiple events across the page, let's stretch this much wider across the page. Not quite full width, but almost. There we go. Now let's grab that master link for all of our events at Calendly. So switching back, This link here is the one that we want. Now for these links, you don't actually have to use the entire thing. Just the MuseThemes-demo will work fine. So either use the full link or just the end part, it's up to you. Both will function in the widget. So we can either copy it or just remember, MuseThemes-demo will do. So let's jump back to Muse. And let's take a look in the settings panel for this widget. First option is our event link. So let's type MuseThemes-demo. There we go. Next option is display mode, which allows you to choose how the viewer is going to see or access the events, just like from our preview. Inline embed is what we're going to use for the first go, and this is going to show an embedded display directly on the site. If you're using that main account link like we just entered, this will show all of the events that you have. If you use a single event link, it's only going to embed that one event. The other two options here are for pop-ups like we saw in the preview. The pinned button option displays a persistent pinned button in the bottom right corner of the page, and like we saw, clicking that button will open a pop-up where the site visitor can complete the appointment setup. And the text link option, like I mentioned earlier, this utilizes a standard text link to trigger the pop-up, but for right now, let's go with inline so we get it displayed directly on our page. There's also a toggle option here for hide event details. This setting strips out all of the event information from displaying except for the title, but remember that this only works for single events, so just keep that in mind. If you're using the main account link, it's going to show the title and description of all of your events. Next up in the panel are two additional sections for styling, depending on which display mode you've selected. So for now, let's go into embed styling. And we get a few options here to design a border around the embed. Now this will display just like a stroke around the entire frame and could be handy if you're placing the embed on like a white page and you want the event to clearly stand out a little bit more. So you can customize the size, color, opacity, and radius here. I'll go ahead and leave that alone for now though. Let's go ahead and give this a browser preview. We can already see it functioning. And there we go. Everything's displaying nicely. All 4 events are shown, any of which are clickable for more information and a full sign up as we saw before. Great, let's jump back into Muse. Now let's do a single event embed. So I'm going to grab another instance of the widget from the library, and this time we'll drop it on top of our hero image on the top of the page here. And in this case, since we're only going to display one event, we can leave it narrower like it is, and may even want to size it a little shorter just so it fits in here nicely. There we go. Now we need to grab a new link from our Calendly profile, except for a single event this time. So let's switch over there. And we'll take this first widget training event, and all we have to do here is click copy link. And back to Muse. And we'll paste our new event link in the first field. And for display mode, we're going to want to keep this to be inline embed once again, since we're not working with a pop-up just yet. And since we're working with more limited space here, this would probably be a good time to hide event details so that all that's displayed is the event title. There we go. And already we can do another preview. Perfect. We get our single event sign up displayed nicely here over our hero image. And this handy little scroll bar is presented here in the case that you've sized the vertical space down like we have, still allowing the user to easily access all of the information and prompts. Okay, back to Muse again. Let's cover pop-ups. I'm going to drag out one more instance of this widget, and this time, since we're using a pinned button, we can actually drop this widget off canvas and out of the way. And when you do this, you can also size this way down if you want so that it doesn't take up as much space. The widget in this case doesn't represent the event location, so we only need this for the actual configuration. So into the panel, we need to add our link. Let's do the same master link again so that our pop-up displays all events. So we'll type MuseThemes-demo. And for display mode, this is now where we're going to use this pop-up pinned button, so we can leave that alone this time. And now we're going to jump into pinned button styling down below. You can customize your button text here. We'll put something like book a session. And then you're welcome to customize the button background and text color here as well. But let's go ahead and do another preview. And there we go. Our button displays here perfectly. Even as we scroll, it's conveniently pinned to the bottom right side of the page. And when we click, we get all 4 events showing just as expected. One more time, let's pop back to Muse and I'll show you the final method here for displaying in a pop-up with a text link as the trigger. And I'll actually go ahead and just use the same smaller widget that we've put here for the pop-up, but let's go into the panel once again. And we'll change the display mode to pop-up text link. Now in this case, the widget itself is going to determine the location of your link. The text link is just something that will sit on the page where you place it, not remain pinned. So to make things easier, you may want to keep this size down really small, or even maybe a little smaller than we have it now, just so that it fits in nicely among the surrounding content. So once you've sized it down, simply place it on the page wherever you'd like the text link to appear. This one is probably going to be the toughest to implement because it will be challenging to add it to something like an existing paragraph of text somewhere on the page, but if the text you're using can stand out on its own, it should be okay. Same settings apply in that settings panel under the pinned button styling, including the wording of the text link. So right now we can go ahead and just click preview again. Nice. We've got our book a session prompt showing up here. Now one more tip I'll give you, the widget will default to using this standard purple or blue underlined text link if you leave it unchanged, but you're welcome to edit your link styles in Muse. So switching back really quick, you can customize your link styles by clicking up here to the hyperlinks button on the top toolbar. By changing your default link style or by creating a new link style for this widget, you're able to fully customize the text font and color, etc. So that's our Calendly widget. Thanks so much for watching. Any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to hit us up in support for further assistance. Thanks again for your time, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.